During my last 2-box nickel hunt, we were able to slot our 7th Buffalo nickel into our Buffalo nickel album for 2025. But we still haven't been able to find those last 3 nickels for the Series 4 book, although we've only searched 67 boxes and we're only missing 3 nickels, one of which is the pesky 50D. Let's see if one of these 2 boxes or both can give us goodies for the books. Hey everyone, it's RobFindsTreasure and welcome back to the channel. A 2-box nickel hunt yet again in our quest to find goodies for the albums. We already set it up at the beginning. We would love a 50D, a 39S, or a 42S, and any Buffalo nickels we can find, along with proof nickels, silver nickels, a Liberty Head V nickel, or any varieties. Let's go ahead and crack open this first box. These are both from the DFW area. Obviously, I didn't make mention of it yet, but we're also looking for any 2024 Denver or any 2025 nickels at all. And these were just picked up this week. Holy cow. These were just picked up this week, so we could potentially see a 2025 in there, although it still may be too early. All right, you know what? Looks like there's quite a few newer nickels along with some older nickel designs. Could be an interesting hunt. Let's see if our fortune continues with silver nickels and with good finds. I'll be back when I have a good find in the first box of this 2-box hunt. Roll number 3 will give us our first find, and I could tell something was up by the wrapper. Had kind of a crease right there. Open it up. Looks like we got a foreign coin in here. Let's see what this one is. And this one is going to be a 2001 50-something. And you know what? I'm not sure. Let me go ahead and do a little research. I'll be right back and let you know what it is, although some of you might already know. All right, I'm back. That was pretty easy. I figured it was a South Korean 51, but I wasn't quite sure. Didn't want to guess. And yeah, that's what it is. Cool find already. It's our first find, only the 3rd roll in. Don't see those too often, but we got one. Let's get back to the hunt. Well, we're on roll number 6, and I've yet to find an older Jefferson from 1959 or earlier. We've got the foreign, but now check this out. Hunting the roll, slide him down. No, that's not a proof. It's gunk on it, but behind it, we have a Buffalo nickel. We've already got a Buffalo nickel in this box. Not sure it'll have a date, but let's see if it has a mint first. No mint mark. And I might be able to get a date on that, maybe. Let me look at it under the scope. I'll bring it back if I can get a date. All right, I've got the Buffalo nickel under my pluggables microscope with a little bit of a propped angle. By the way, if you need a microscope, I have links to them down below or right here for your reference. That being said, it's pretty tough to tell what it is. We know it's a Philadelphia minted one, but under the scope, this is what I see. And I'm pretty positive that's a 192, and I can't tell if that's a 4, if that's a 3, if it's a 5. It's pretty tough. We need a 23 and a 25, but we don't need a 24. I hate the Nic-A-Date one that has almost the entire date showing, but I'm not positive. I'm going to say 1925 is my best guess. You guys let me know if you see something different, but I think since it's just going in the book and we'll probably find a better one down the road, I think I'm going to go ahead and Nic-A-Date it. Actually, at this angle, I'm going to zoom in after I make the edit here and see if I need to Nic-A-Date it. But if I can make out the date from this angle right here, I won't Nic-A-Date it. But if I can't, I'll come back after I've Nic-A-Dated it and let you guys know what I see. Well, I'm back again. Now that I've taken even more of a closer look at it, I almost feel like it could be 1913 or 1915, and that 3rd digit's not a 2. Man, I hate Nic-A-Dating Buffalo nickels. Even if it is a 1913 or a 15, it is a common one. But man, I'm thinking it's a 1913 or a 1915 now. I think I'll just lightly Nic-A-Date it, get it confirmed, and quit spending time on this bad boy. We've got lots more nickels to find. I'll be back when it's Nic-A-Dated lightly with an exact date. All right, I'm glad I Nic-A-Dated it. I was wrong and I was right. The 3rd digit was a 1, but it's actually a 1916. And no, it's not the double die, it's just a 1916. So We'll take it. 1916 Buffalo nickel. I'm pretty sure we need that one. 8th Buffalo nickel found on the year. Already a slaughter, and we're only 6 rolls in. We're all the way up to roll number 25 of this box, and we finally have our first Jefferson nickel from the 40s. I was getting worried. It's going to be a 1940 Philadelphia. And don't get me wrong, I was getting worried because we haven't found anything from the 40s. We have a Buffalo nickel, a foreign. I actually even have a 2024 Denver, a couple of really nice 60s nickels, and a handful of 50s. So there are finds, just that's our first from the 40s, halfway done with the box. Crazy. Same roll, and just 2 coins later, we're going to have an earlier Jefferson nickel than the 1940. It's going to be a 1939, but it looks pretty circulated, although we'd love it to have an S mint mark. And it does not. We're going to go ahead and scope it really quick to see if it has the DDR. I do not see the DDR on this one. Most certainly a Philly. And everything looks in order up the top, so probably not a Henning nickel either. I'll weigh it up, but either way, 2 early finds in the same roll. Can't get mad at that. Very next roll, roll number 26. The box looks like it's heating up finally. Take a look at this beauty right here. Take a look at this beauty. 1941. 41 Philly. And that is a beautiful nickel. Holy cow. Let me go ahead and scope this and see if there's any steps on there. I thought I saw some steps. You know what? It's not full steps because it has a gash right there, but it would have had about 4 or 5 steps on there. Probably 4, which isn't full steps, but that's still a really nice coin regardless. And I will definitely take that. Should be an upgrader for the Series 4 album. And if we find more like that, this box will be banging after a slow start. Roll number 32. We've got another nickel from 1941, although not as nice as the last one. 1941, Philadelphia as well. Roll number 36. A Jefferson nickel from 1940. 1940, Philadelphia. It's got some damage on it. Could be a lamination there. Nah, it's got it on both sides. That's going to be damage. We'll take it, though. Another find for the board. Roll 41. Our first Jefferson nickel from 1949. And it's a 49 Philadelphia. Well, that's going to do it for this first box of this 2-box nickel hunt. And I know there wasn't a lot of filmed finds, but there was a lot of finds. 21 finds on the board in total, 4 of which were the 2024 Denvers. And then we had 3 nice 60s nickels right there, which I will take. The rest of the dates are pretty common. Of course, we got the Buffalo nickel, the 39p, and the star of the show so far, this beautiful 1941 Philadelphia. Probably an album upgrader. And of course, the Buffalo is probably going to be an album additioner. And then, of course, we got the South Korean coin as well. Why am I saying of course so much? I don't know. I just am. Of course, we have a second box. Let's go ahead and crack into this one as well. See if we possibly have some better results as far as silver and some older nickels and any enders. It's always exciting opening up a box and seeing if you have any enders. I don't see any obvious enders in this box. This looks like it could be a nicer, older strike. Same with this one. And that one's definitely old, although it's got the ring of death for being an end coin. Either way, we have 50 more rolls to hunt. Let me grab the 51st roll out of the 100 rolls out, get to hunting, and bring you back when I have a find. Our first find of box number 2 comes in roll number 4. And it's going to be a 1947 Jefferson nickel in really rough shape. 1947. And I think there's a mint mark down there, but it's hard to see. Yeah, there is. 1947 Denver. Like I said, it's in rough shape, but it gives us a 40s find. And those are hard to come by right now. Roll number 7 of box number 2. And we've got ourselves another Buffalo nickel right there. Hopefully this one has a date. It's Philadelphia minted, and it looks decent enough to have a date. And it does. 1936 Philly. Don't think we need one from 1936 without a mint mark, but you never know. And either way, it's our second Buffalo nickel of the hunt. And that's just what the doctor ordered. Now, can we get some silver and some key dates? Let's find out. Same roll. Another nickel from the 40s. 1941 Philly. And while I have you here, I can see this 50-something sticking out. 1959 Denver. Roll number 10 of box number 2, or 60 of the hunt, will give us our first 1946 Jefferson nickel, minted in Denver. Roll number 62, another 1946 Jefferson nickel, from Philadelphia this time. Roll number 69, a 1940 Jefferson nickel, from Philadelphia. Roll number 70, and we're going to have our second Buffalo nickel of this box peeking out, third for the hunt. And it's dated 1937. Is there a mint mark? There is not. It's from Philadelphia, but that's a nice Buffalo nickel. Either it's an upgrader or an adder for the Buffalo nickel book, in my opinion. And that's, like I said, 3 Buffalo nickels now for the hunt. No silver yet, but man, we've got a nice little Buffalo Stampede going on, and we still have 30 rolls left. Very next roll, roll number 71 of the hunt's going to give us a first-year issue 1938 Jefferson nickel. We don't see these too often. They're all better dates, but if it has a mint mark, it's a key date. No mint mark. It's going to be a 38p, but like I said, a lower mintage, and I will take that. We do not see these very often, and that's a fun find. This box is actually heating up. We've got lots of other finds, including a 51 and a 52, both from Philly. Let's get back to the hunt. Roll 72. Another Jefferson nickel from 1941. Another one from Philadelphia. Roll number 74 had that ender with the ring of death that I said looked like it was from the 40s, and it is. It's going to be a 1947, I believe. Let's confirm it, see if it has a mint mark and some friends. That 1947 end coin is from Denver. Roll 76. Another Jefferson nickel from 1947. Another one from Philadelphia. Roll number 80. A 1941 Jefferson nickel from Philly in rough shape. Roll number 81 is going to give us a chance at a spot filler, although it looks like it's in rough shape. It's a 1939 Jefferson nickel. And it's a 1939 from Philly yet again. That 39S is becoming a 50D for me. We'll quickly scope it to see if it has any of the doubling. There's a nice DDR on this one, but I don't see it on this particular coin. We'll weigh it up to make sure it's not a Henning nickel. Our second 1939 nickel of the hunt. Roll number 83 is going to give us back-to-back finds. First and foremost, right in front, another 1939 Jefferson nickel. This one in better shape. Is there a mint mark? And there is not. Let me just double check to make sure. Another 39 Philly. And another one that is not the DDR. A little bit of machine doubling there is always fun to look at. But either way, it's our third 1939 of the hunt. And right behind it, another 1941. Another 41 Philadelphia. Roll number 92. It's trashy, but it is a find. 1940 something. We're on roll number 93, and I believe we found our first silver nickel of the hunt. It has that telltale green look to it. Let's see. And it is. We got the big mint mark above the Monticello. Philadelphia minted. It's pretty nice. Probably a 43. Nope, I'm wrong again. It's a 1945 Philly. And it looks like it might have either damage, lamination issue, or a strike-through problem. Hard to tell. I think it's more lamination than anything else. But that looks a little bit odd. I'll look at it a bit longer here, see if that clears away. But that might be a lamination issue or a strike-through. Either way, I'll definitely take it for sure. I'll let you guys know if I know more on that later. But for now, let's get back to the hunt. Silver's on the board. Well, that's all she wrote for box number 2. No other finds to report since the last clip. Let me get the board set up, count the number of finds, give you guys a recap of the hunt, and then we'll look at the books. All right, here is the wrap-up of the two-box hunt. A total of 62 finds on the board. I like 20 to 25 in a box. We averaged 31. Box 2 took the cake with 41 finds, I believe, because I think we had 21 in the first box. I could be wrong, but either way, a fantastic second box, an overall great hunt. The common stuff's up here. Here's the best finds. You saw we had the 2001 50 South Korean won, 2 low minted 2009s. Both are Denver. One's going to be tossed back. It's in terrible shape. 12 2024 Denvers. Circulated condition on a lot of them, but there's still 12 more, and I'll take them. 3 nice 60s nickels, a 62P, a 64D, and a 68S. Don't think they'll upgrade, but I keep the nicer ones and make rolls out of them. 3 common 1939s, but I always pull them out. None of them were the DDR yet again. None of them were ones that we needed. A lower mintage 1938. Don't see them too often. A lower mintage 1951P. 252Ps and 252Ds. All of these are right around 30 million minted, give or take an extra million. And then a super fantastic look at 1941 Philly. Should be an upgrader. We got that silver Leighton box 2. A 1945P, and I said I would let you guys know what I think about it. I think it's a lamination error. I think it's a lamination error, and even though it looks like it could be a strike through, because you see the strike still below this, I don't think this is damage. I think the lamination is coming off, and I think it's that because it goes all the way across, but it's not consistent. You guys let me know. Am I wrong? It could also be a strike through, but I still think it's a lamination issue just because of the way that it cracks back here. If it didn't crack back there, it looked like more like a strike through. But either way, I'll definitely take it. It's a cool find. We'll add it to the collection. And then finally, 3 Buffalo nickels. We might be able to use them all. I'm not quite sure. A Nic-A-Date in 1916, a 1936 Philly, and a nice 1937. Hopefully, if we have that, that one's an upgrader. We'll have to see. Speaking of having to see, it's time to compare all of today's finds to the albums. Let me do that really quick, and then I'll give you guys a look at the books and some final thoughts on today's two-box hunt. We have finished comparing all of today's finds to both sets of albums, and I'm pleased to announce we have a little something for both books. First and foremost, for the Buffalo Nickel series, we did add the 1916. Can't get mad at that even though it's Nic-A-Dated. We also added the 1936. Didn't have that. And we upgraded the 1937. It's a beauty in the album. You'll recall the last time we added a 1937, I said it was a shame that it had that hole punched in it. So even though it was a close contender without the hole, it definitely is now an upgrade that we have for that book. That means now for the Buffalo series, through 20 boxes searched in 2025, we have slotted 9 and found 10. And of course, for the Series 4 book, you know we don't have any additions. We only need those 3 tough dates, the 39S, the 42S silver, and the 50D. But we did, as expected, upgrade the 1941. Looks good in the album. Definitely happy to grab that one. That means now 69 boxes have been searched for Series 4. Still missing the 3. And now we only have 98 boxes left to hunt to beat the Series 1 record of 167 boxes searched to complete a Jefferson nickel album. Of course, this one had a lot more later dates, but those you can find in circulation easily. I will make one more mention. As I was looking through here, I was surprised to see that we definitely need some upgrades. The 62D is pretty ugly, and that's a common one, so I'll keep an eye out for that. And the 1959, even though it's nice, it does have a little bit of gunk inside the devices, so that could be upgraded. The 56D, I mean, I can keep going. There are ones to upgrade in here, including some modern ones like the 92P. So I'll make a hit list for the next hunt on this book, see if we can upgrade some of these more common ones. But outside of that, I still had fun going through this two-box hunt because we found 3 Buffalo nickels. We did get silver after all, a bunch of 2024s, upgrades and additions. You can't get mad at that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. If you did, you know I certainly would appreciate that thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting and thanks for watching. The 2025 silver jar just loves his little silver snacks. Right, fella?